everybody. Welcome, Allie from the Foggy Lemon. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to spend with me. And you've been a member of BNI now for what? How long?
About a year and a half now.
Year and a half now?
Yeah.
Okay, very, very good. And you are part of the BNI Living Skies chapter. And you are also a director consultant, a support director consultant with the BNI region. So that means you help other chapters to grow and to run and taking some of your experience and helping some of those chapters. So I appreciate you being on the call today. But tell me a little bit about you and who you are and your business and so on.
So my name is Mysiorek, and I own the Foggy Lemon development. We primarily focus on websites, social media marketing, search engine optimization, basically all of the online tools that can help your business get found online. One thing that a lot of people don't know about my business, that until they actually do one-to-ones with me, is that we also do like vehicle wraps and like large format digital printing as well. We don't do signs anymore. So now we're just primarily focusing on vehicle wraps on top of that kind of the advertising side of things. So yeah, one of our main focuses in business is to try and work with small to medium-sized businesses, the ones that are kind of just sprucing out there that don't necessarily have a huge marketing budget. We really like working with people that are just kind of getting their feet wet and getting out there, that maybe have like a budget of between 500 to 2,000 and they want what they can get out of that. So that's primarily our target audience in terms of helping people like that. So yeah.
And with the products and services that you offer, is there are you location based, or can you work with people all over, and how big are you?
So we can work with people all over. We're currently, the Foggy Lemon is in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, Regina, and Calgary. There's 12 of us that work for the Foggy Lemon. 13, I'm sorry. I just hired someone last week. So I'm going to give him a little special shout out because he is amazing. So they're all amazing. I'm sorry for everyone that might have just watched this. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so the print side of things kind of come out of Prince Albert though. So Saskatoon is primarily online, just because I have my little one with me here. So juggling back and forth right now is a little bit difficult, but I can work basically from anywhere because most of the work is done online. So we do have customers in the United States. I have customers in Australia. So we can kind of work with anyone, anywhere.
And what would you say is unique about who you are in your business?
So I kind of thought about this question when I read what you were going to ask me. And a big difference between what the Foggy Lemon is versus a lot of other marketing companies is that we don't create contingency plans for our customers. We actually create a marketing plan for you that you'll be able to take and do yourself, so that you're not trapped having to pay like a monthly fee that you may or may not be able to financially afford. But we supply you with that training. We give you a website that you can easily go in and make changes and edits to, without having to, pay for a marketer or a web developer in order to do them. So we kind of focus on keeping that so that we are very transparent with our clients, and we give them the tools that they're able to do. Now, we do have customers that, some people just don't want to learn about website design, right? So we do have those clients where we do have monthly contracts and stuff with them for SEO and design and social media marketing and that kind of thing. So, but we try our best to give people the tools so that they can easily manage and market it themselves as compared to. So
Okay. Do you have a favorite success story, or a client that came in and you were really able to help them, something that you're really proud of that you'd like to share?
My newest favorite success story is I have a new client whose website just launched, and when they first approached me, they were really, really hesitant because they had been severely burned from someone else in the past, and they didn't really believe that we could offer what we actually offer. And the whole time throughout the development, it was like, oh yeah, okay, like they were really like they were a go for it, but they didn't really realize the capability of it until it was kind of time to actually say like, okay, we're doing this. And their new website has launched, and they were in the process of saying that they didn't know whether or not they were going to even reopen. And with their new e-commerce store that we prepared and launched for them, they're able to keep all of their staff on board, and they've made enough sales to cover all the staff wages for the next 3 months
Wow.
in the first like 72 hours of the website being launched. So that's definitely my newest favorite like success story, because in an instance like that and kind of what we're going through in the economy, it's really important to be digital and accommodate for those. So I know that the customer, like when I called them with a report 24 hours after the launch, like she was crying. She was so excited. And it makes me feel really good when I'm able to help people, because I didn't start my business in order to get rich. I started it in order to be able to help people. So yeah.
That reminds me. I remember when you and I first met, and you were applying for BNI. You had mentioned that part of your business structure and plan is to do donations on a regular basis. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So when I first started my business, I like me and a few of my friends, I had recently found out that I had like a 6-month timeline to kind of live. I was really sick at the time, and I decided that I had just been in school for the last like 4.5 years to learn everything that I needed to learn. And I graduated from the University of San Francisco. And then I was like, well, that sucks. So we made a goal to give away as much information as we possibly could. So we started working with nonprofit organizations and charities and fundraisers. And in 4 years now, we've raised $1.7 million for like Canine Action Project, uh, the Children's Haven, the Native Coordinating Council. So we've really worked with those companies and charities in order to kind of help them keep their doors open and create plans for them and help them. And then I realized that, and then I found out that I was cancer free, and I was like, oh, now I got to figure out how I'm going to make money doing this. So yeah, so that was kind of the story of how the Foggy Lemon originated. And we've definitely stuck to those core values. Last year, I was actually a finalist for the ABEX Awards, and it was all because of that. So
That's pretty amazing.
thank you.
And so, why did you get involved with BNI, and how has BNI impacted your business and your life?
So when I got invited to BNI the first time, it was on Facebook. Someone approached me about it on my Facebook page. And I kind of like, at first I was kind of like, I'd never heard of it. Had never even heard of BNI. I didn't know what it was. So I just like ignored the message. I was like, okay. And then a customer of mine invited me to a BNI Living Skies meeting. And I think it took one meeting, and I was like, this is something I really want to get involved in. like it was before the chapter even launched, so it wasn't even coordinated as like a real meeting just yet at that point. But um, I got along with everyone in the room, and everyone in the room was actually really interested in learning about my business instead of just getting that person that's like, oh, how much, right? Like they actually wanted to learn about me and know about me and my family, and like, and that was probably one of the coolest things ever in terms of going to a networking group, because I didn't feel awkward in the room. So, well, maybe a little bit, but like my speaking skills have definitely improved since my first couple infomercials. So, and in terms of how BNI has impacted my business, um, I wrote down my stats, and I know we're not really supposed to like share them. Like we can, but it's up to us if we want
Yeah,
to.
if you're comfortable, that's fine. Yeah.
I am. So I haven't spent a dollar in advertising for the Foggy Lemon Saskatoon location. And the Saskatoon location has brought in $130,000 in a year, and 100% of that is from BNI. So,
Wow.
so in terms of like, we had other business outside of BNI, but those are just my BNI numbers. So like that number there is all from BNI. So
Wow.
when anyone ever asks me like, how much have you actually made from it? I'm like, well, here's my number, right? And like, and then I look at the referrals and the people that I've met along the way. And even some of the people that you would think that, oh, I might not ever be able to refer them, that random conversation comes up sometimes, and you're able to say, oh, hey, I know a guy, and like, and that's the most incredible part about it, is because these people now I've I can confidently say, like, call this guy. And like anytime that I've ever passed a referral, those people come back to me and they just have raving reviews about how amazing they were. And that always makes me look more credible when I'm able to pass on referrals to people that go above and beyond, right? So yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Those are some big numbers too. And for me, that was the case when I got involved with BNI. I saw some really big numbers right at the beginning, and it became so much where I didn't have to worry about it actually working for me, and I could focus on the needs of everybody else because it was bringing in business. And so that kind of reduced the stress for me a little bit, and I was able to focus and help give a lot. And I know that's the same with you. I know that you do give a lot of referrals.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. Well, that's about as much time that we had today. But I was really impressed. I even though I've worked, I know you, I worked with you, I still learned a lot about you. And I wanted to take just a second, just say how much I and BNI Saskatchewan appreciate what you do for your chapter, for the chapters that you support, to be almost like a brand ambassador for BNI in the community. I know that you talk about it quite a bit with a lot of other people. So thanks for taking some time today. Thanks for being who you are and doing what you're doing and being a part of this organization.
Thank you for having me.